Coming to you live from New York City. Let's have a very candid conversation about the 2024 general election. There are a lot of feelings I have, as I know many of you do as well. I first want to start off by saying waking up this morning felt very dystopian. I was in bed for 3 hours. I was awake, but did not want to be awake this morning. While I believe TikTok is a good coping mechanism, I do not recommend. I am now way more depressed. I want to say at the start of this video, I welcome healthy discourse in the comments. I do not welcome hate. I do not welcome slander. So think before you speak, because you will be blocked and reported to YouTube. Thank you. I am 30 years old and I had the pleasure of voting in 4 elections so far. I voted in 2012 for Barack Obama. I voted in 2016 for Hillary. In 2020 for Joe Biden. 2024, I voted for Kamala Harris. I'm very proud to say that. My vote goes beyond me. This is for people who are just like me and minorities, women. This goes very deep. I vote for all of them when I cast my vote. I believe as an American citizen, voting is extremely important. We all should be voting. That is my absolute opinion. That will never change. It is really important for me to talk about this as a creator specifically. We are all influenced by what we see online. Though voting is seen as something that should be private, I believe that this specific election is too important to keep quiet about. I know who I stand for and I believe in to my core, but right now I felt so compelled to make a whole video about this. So that is saying a lot for me. I believe it's important to support the creators who have your best interests at heart. Not to get too into influencer marketing and the creator economy, but you are directly supporting these people who are potentially supporting people who are going directly against your human rights. Really think about that very deeply when you get online and like and comment and engage with certain creators. I have lived in a blue state my entire life and I'm very thankful for that. I was born and raised in Washington State, which is a blue state. I was there until I was 18. Then I moved to California, another blue state, where I lived for 10 years. And now I reside in New York State, which is a blue state. I am very thankful that I have the privilege of living in a blue state my entire life. But I also have so much sympathy for the people who do not get that privilege. The people who would like to live in a blue state, but they can't for economical reasons, for family reasons. There's so many other reasons that you probably are living in a place that you don't want to live. And for that, I have a lot of sympathy for. As I have lived in a blue state my entire life, I believe that it is extremely important to use my voice, to speak up for what I believe in, and to try my best to share why this is so important to me. Now let's talk about rights. We all have them. We all are born with rights. I first want to talk about my rights as a woman. Being a woman has been very trying in our economy. We go through so much on a day-to-day basis. We are born into so many unfortunate systemic laws and rules that have dictated how we move about this world, how we use our bodies, how we work, how we live. The list goes on. From the fundamental rights as a woman, I believe it is extremely important for me to voice that I voted in favor of my rights, my reproductive rights, my work rights, my basic living rights. In all honesty and all transparency, no one should ever dictate how we use our bodies. Take it a step further. As you can clearly see, I am a Black woman. That adds an entire new layer to this story. Yes, I am a Black woman, but I believe that I can also speak to minority women in general when I say being a minority has its trials and tribulations. I am extremely proud to be a Black woman because I know the value I bring to the world. Every time I step into public, there have been drawbacks that are out of my control, that I did not sign up for. I did not dictate, but here we are. For that reason, I voted how I voted. As a Black woman, I see a bright future for myself, and I see a bright future for so many other Black women who aspire for more than what they saw centuries ago, years ago. This is all extremely important to how we move through the world and how we progress as a nation. It feels like a constant fight as a Black woman to constantly be a barrier to the world. It's not our fight anymore. People who voted in favor of Black women's rights understand that we did the best we could. Now it's time to navigate through this trying time the best way we can and put ourselves first, finally. Which goes straight into my next segment of mental health. I have talked about mental health at length on my main channel, and I do strive to talk more about it on this channel. If your mental health is not okay right now, that is so understandable and so valid. We're gonna get through this. We just need to take a step back. If that means disassociating from the world for a bit, by all means, go disassociate from the world. Go pour into the things that you know are positive for your mental health. Try to stay away from the things that are deteriorating to your mental health. We do have to move through this as effectively as possible. Unfollowing people on social media. We are living in our own little worlds until things like this happen. We are not going to be a part of anything negative. Unfollowed a good amount of people this morning, and I will continue to do so as I see fit, especially on social media. That is your world. That is your sphere. It is your bubble. Do not let anyone come in and take anything away from your bubble and your space that you've created. If you cannot see the negativity of the other side, you should not be here. Now I'm talking about my bubble. You should not be in my bubble, in my sphere, in my corner of the internet. If you are watching this and if you are supporting the negativity of the other side, I do urge you to click off, unsubscribe, unfollow. That is not welcome here in my bubble, because everyone gets to do what they want in their bubble, and this one is mine. Now let's talk about the future. Although this is the outcome of the election as of November 6th, I want to talk about how we need to prepare for the future, however that looks like. I don't know how it looks like in totality because I can only see today. I am decentering certain things and recentering certain things for the sake of my development as a person. I will not regress because of this. Put my focus in work, in my loving relationships, in my hobbies, in my wellness. I will take these steps so that hopefully throughout time, I will become a better person despite this election. Think about what you need for the future to be stable and to get through this. Your happiness and your well-being needs to be the top priority. I wanted to leave you guys with resources, put them in the description, and you can read them and look at them at your leisure. Further educate yourselves to further find support communities. My name is NK. I keep it very real on the internet. If you've stayed this far in the video, I do truly appreciate it. Come find me on my other socials. It is NK Madani. We will make it through this.